Hey YouTube, welcome back. Happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there. Autism moms are a special breed. You don't mess with an autism mom. Mama Bear will go kick somebody's ass repeatedly if necessary. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to ask you to please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. We don't get to pick our parents, and some people unfortunately get better parents than others. I was assigned the very best mother in the whole wide world for me. My mom and I are best friends to this day. We didn't know that I was autistic until I was 44 years old. Well, my mom knew something was up, but didn't know exactly what. I did not develop evenly in all areas. My kindergarten teacher was torn as to whether to hold me back for another year or not. Actually, I lasted less than a week in my first kindergarten class before being moved to another school. It was absolute chaos. The yelling, the pushing, the hitting, the kicking, the slapping, etc., etc., etc. And there was this one kid that got a stamp in his cereal box that went around stamping us other kids on the cheek and the forehead. I was like, what the fuck? They could not keep their hands to themselves, and the bus smelled like diesel fuel. My senses were absolutely overloaded. Well, I was not going to learn in an environment like that. I was finally pulled out of public school in the 9th grade before getting kicked out of a private Christian school by an idiot and closed-minded principal before landing at the perfect school for me. It was a blessing in disguise. My mom didn't give up. Never. The second Christian school that I ended up at finally had roughly 30 kids or so from all the way from kindergarten to 12th grade, and we learned at our own pace in workbooks. The system actually allowed me to graduate a whole semester early. The principal, Miss Trask, really took a liking to me and was very loving and patient. We finally found the right school where I could thrive and actually learn in my own ways as an individual rather than a one-size-fits-all. I could talk and mask, so many people thought that I was fine. When algebra made about as much sense as a bowl of SpaghettiOs to me, my mom sat at me with the table every day, day after day, and basically fed me the steps and the answers over and over and over and over until I could at least reproduce it briefly for the test. And I passed. It wasn't pretty, but I passed. When I had to write papers, my mom would sit down with me at the same table and basically feed the words to me, and I would type them out. Was that cheating? Nope. It's how I learned, because today I can write very well all by myself. In fact, I actually communicate more completely in writing now and could even write my own book. That'll come one of these days. I even earned a college Bachelor of Arts degree in 2016. I've always had an executive function challenge with figuring out puzzles. When other kids were packing their Nintendo game systems up and taking them over to their friend's house, I had to have my mom hook it up for me. I'd watch how she did it, but I never quite got it, even though it was quite basic for most people. I mean, by today's standards, it was just a few cables. Then I would not be able to figure out the game, so I would just kind of move the little person or the car around the video screen, and I would play it in my own way until I quickly lost interest. I hate computers to this day because they're puzzle-like. And once I learn it, they freaking change. I have a very tough time with change. And even to this day, I have challenges changing from one life phase to another. I'm a very deep, independent, and complete thinker, but putting those thoughts and maturity into real life situations challenges me. I'm ready and eager to do it, but my hands are the delay now in getting started in the workforce. The medical system is moving very, very slow, and my neuropathy and stabbing pains in my hands and wrists are moving all the way up my arm to my shoulder and my back as they're taking their sweet time to even diagnose it, let alone fix it if at all possible. Well, no wonder why there's a clog in the medical system, as they're more interested in bouncing me around like a ping pong ball to all their friends and colleagues so they can all stuff Medicaid money in their pockets over and over and over. We are going around in circles, and they all point their fingers at each other over and over and over. Figure it out. Fix it if possible, and please stop sending me home. I can't close my fists anymore, and I'm dropping everything and getting very frustrated. My hands actually remind me of my grandpa's hands when he was very old. My maturity today is high level, and I'm an independent thinker who does not follow the status quo. It's like it took extra time, but once it took, it took. Now the next step is finding the right job that I am passionate about once my hands get fixed. I remember the days when turning on the television was very simple. You would simply just turn it on. It really was that simple. Now you have to play musical remote controls and sync everything together in like 50,000 steps, and it doesn't always work in the same order every time. It's an interactive puzzle to figure out. Ooh, I get so mad. Go get me the hammer. I'll turn it on real good. Yeah! Then there was the time I managed to detach both of my retinas by punching myself in the face, and the time I torsioned my testicle by wearing my pants too tight. Both incidents required surgery. I've always loved the feeling of tight clothes. Today I've discovered the magic of wearing jujitsu spats by themselves and or under my pants. Then if you add Muay Thai shorts on top of it, it becomes quite fashionable. I'm like a dog wearing a thunder shirt for comfort. Never a dull moment for my mom. It's always something. Oops, I did it again. My 20s were tough, and my mom briefly listened to tough love advice from idiot professionals and well-intentioned but wrong family members before quickly realizing that that was not the right thing for her kid as an individual. You have to know your kids and do the right thing for them rather than shoving them into a one-size-fits-all box that society loves to put people in. Education needs to be customized rather than being systematic. My mom has put up with my eclectic and downright strange special interests and puts up with my eclectic collecting habits. One of my special interests is yard sales, thrift stores, and estate sales. I come home with some really cool stuff, and our house kind of looks like a Cracker Barrel restaurant / museum. I'm quite the shopper, and I love to dress in my own ways and even downright play dress up sometimes, even to this day. That's not going to change. When I die, people are going to have one hell of a good time going through my stuff, as there will be more than a few unexpected surprises. Legendary. I'm sure everyone will find things they like. How could they not? Sometimes I walk away from people mid-conversation because I can go into my own world and even get stuck in an activity for days. My mom makes sure I remember to drink water and eat when I go closed door in my bedroom, sometimes for days at a time. My nickname is Little Cloud in the Sky, and there's a reason for that. I'm actually up very early this morning, and my mom is still sleeping. I'm planning on spending the day with my mom for Mother's Day, much like I spend many days with my best friend. People have made fun of me over the years for spending so much time with my mom. And they've even asked me straight out, Mike, if you ever get married, are you guys going to live with your mom? I like to troll them and say, well, duh. If we don't, then who's going to pick up our socks? The look on their faces is priceless to me. And I like shocking people with my brand of humor. They don't always know when I'm joking or not. Hey, that just gave me an idea for me to do some comedy routine videos for you here in the near future. I like to spend as much time with my mother as possible because I don't know how much time we have before one of us goes off into eternity. You got to keep your loved ones close and spend time with the people you love and enjoy being with the most because you never know when somebody's going to die. I love the friends that I do have, but my very best friend is my mom. And some people think that's weird, but it's their problem, not mine. As my mom gets older, I plan on returning the favor to her that she did for me all of these years and caring for her in the home rather than just sticking her somewhere. That's absolutely unthinkable to me. So thanks, Mom. I love you and happy Mother's Day. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day, people.